Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Hey, it's Peter Gregg. I'm out in the backyard again. I wanted to do a little bit of a test because the last walk in the backyard I had it on automatic face detection and automatic focus using automatic face detection. That didn't turn out so good. I mean, it was on par with the rest of the cameras, but nothing beats the 70D. And obviously the 70D Canon is not going to give it to you on a point and shoot or a low-level camera. They've got their focus peaking on a on the 70D, which I have, but they also put it into the new 70 Mark II and their $5,500 cinema camera. How many of you guys are going to go out and pop for that camera? So I figured I'd come out here and do a test with the new system that I kind of put it in, which means the autofocus is on. The autofocus is running, but it's not going to focus unless I reach my hand out and I tap the shutter. You don't press it down all the way, because if you press it down all the way, then it's going to tell you photo will not, can't take a photo because you're in the video mode, and I have the photo mode off, which you can turn on if you wanted to. But that's what I'm doing now. So I'm doing a little walk, and let's say I see something here, like there's this huge mountain that just came right up out of the ground. So I want to turn around and I want to get that in focus. So I press the shutter and I get the green box, which means it just focused on that. So now if I want to focus on the next tree down, I'm going to zoom in. After I've zoomed it in, that's as far as it'll zoom. I'll press it down gently and the green box comes up. So now it's in focus. Now since we're outside, I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty strong f-stop, so everything's going to be in focus anyway. But let's get up close here to this, let's say this tree branch. Now if I half press, you see how smoothly it just pops right into focus? Very nice. Now, another thing that I learned is there's a switch here. Now you're going to have to excuse me because I'm going to have to kind of go over here and put it to macro mode. Now, when I go to macro mode, did you hear that? And I come in to here, I can focus. Okay, now I'm going to step another step closer. And she pops into focus. I'm going to get even closer. Half press the shutter. That's too close. I am rather close. Oh, I'm also zoomed out. So for the macro to work properly, you need to be at the widest setting. So now I'm going to get closer again. And I'm going to half press. And I got a green box. Now I'm almost touching the screen. That's how close I am. I got a green box again. So that's with the autofocus on macro mode. Now in one of my other videos I said you can only focus with macro mode in manual focusing. I was wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to go wide, wrong direction, going to back up, going to press the shutter, and it smoothly, you notice how it smoothly just kind of comes right into the focusing. Does it in a very smooth way. All right, now I'm going to jar the camera a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm going to take it off macro mode. I'm going to turn it back around. I'm going to hold it back on my face. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just gently press on that shutter button, and as I'm pressing it, it should take me into focus. Now I let go of it. Hello, here's my hand, and now I'll do the walking. Now, not having an LCD that can turn means I can't tell how my hair looks. All right, now that sounds kind of vain, I know it. But look, we're in a wind. All right, don't you think you would like to know if you look halfway decent in front of the camera? So, you know, Canon will give you that, but Canon won't put in their good focus system in a small little point and shoot camera style like the G1X Mark II. No, it's the GX1 Mark II. Now that camera is $900, $800. They didn't put no 4K in there, and they didn't give you their better focus system. I don't know, that just is a little bit annoying. Okay, now there's a nice fruit on this fruit tree, okay? So that should make this somewhat interesting. Now you guys gotta wait a second because I gotta put my glasses on. All right, now I'm gonna zoom in. All right, now I'm fully zoomed in. Now I'm gonna half press the shutter. Half press means you just kind of like lightly press it. I'm not gonna press it to take a picture. So now you can see that's the strongest zoom. Now I'm on the other side of the fence. That's in my neighbor's yard. Okay, so that's as strong as it's gonna get in terms of zoom. So now I'm gonna zoom back out. The wind just did a lot of blowing. I taped a little dead cat on my microphones because it's really, really windy today. All right, now I'm gonna turn the camera around. Sorry about that, but that's the way it goes when you're vlogging. Now I'm gonna half press. Now, because I can't see the LCD, sound like a broken record, right? I can't tell that it actually locked on my face. I'm just assuming that it locked on my face. Otherwise, I'm walking up and down the backyard, totally out of focus, and I'll feel like an idiot when I get inside. All right, so I'm just walking along now, and that's what we got going. Now we got this thing growing in our yard. Gonna half press. Now I pressed too hard, it says cannot shoot picture, but it did focus. I got the green box anyway. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in on some of these flowers that you probably are not even noticing, but you'll see them. Okay, now that flower is just kind of like sitting there. Now I'm going to zoom in tighter. I'm going to use the pinpoint focus and make it focus on that flower. Now you see that flower that's just kind of like blowing in the wind? So now that I want it to blow, it's not going to blow, right? We'll go to that one. And if I push I get a green lock. Go back to this one. I get a green lock. And now the wind starts to go. So that's full strength on the zoom. And there it goes. See the wind blowing it up and down? Now, if I had the automatic focus running, it would be going in and out of focus out of that thing. Okay, so now I'm going to enlarge the box. Okay, I'm going to zoom ourselves back out to the widest setting, and then I'm going to turn back around to me. This is really boring, right guys? Sorry about that, but I figured you want to see what I was testing out here. All right, now, all right, I should be popped back in focus. Again, I get no confirmation. Maybe if I turn the beep on. I wonder if the beep would work during videoing. But still, there's times when you don't really want the beep on because you don't want the camera to be going beep, 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 announcing you all the time, right? So that's what we got. So that's my little walk in the backyard. I don't know if I'm going to upload this on 4K or 1080p. You'll find out when it gets there. One of the other things I noticed with the camera that I haven't solved yet is when I turn it off, it doesn't remember any of the settings that I had it on. Like now I have it on auto white balance. Do you think it's going to remember that? No, it's going to come back into my custom setting for the Christmas room. So that I don't like. There might be a setting in there to remember it. I had turned on what I thought would have taken care of that. But every time I turn the camera off and turn the camera back on, my settings are all messed up again. So I guess that's where the custom menu is going to have to wind up coming into play. Well, that's it. That's all I can think of. Live from the backyard. Not the Christmas room, but the backyard. Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Catch you later.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.
Walking along. Oop. I think something just pooped on my head in my own backyard. You don't poop on my head in my own backyard.